This is Worthy TV. Truth and integrity.
I was for him now come from Worthy TV so. Na unim bibi. Enseme koso parliament no. Anode. Na me adoma ne na judgment no. Supreme Court at the Beba. Na Kevin Taylor say Supreme Court the judgment bape one also the judgment beba. Nti na the empire bigger. Or say Afenyo Markins ko awoku. One speaker ko na one NDC for kono. Enye MPP funti na okun. Ena enye Ghana politics bigger na announcement na okun. Any personal interest. Opese a friend majority leader keke. Opese wonya attention, opese wo trendy, opese ni pehu no, opese wo ye popular. Anything no yes no no kono ni we kono the way court no yesi Afenyo Markins ade a kabitela ye no no. Onu me show to tia de we ya. Obedwane fikana. Afenyo Markins ade a kabitela ye no no. Na woni mi say me friend saying chachu chiketa bekasa. Oh yes, chachu akasa. Was obi ya dia yemfa militants ni ya dia, they should take responsibility for what they do. Afenyo so no attorney general aban lawyer panyanya beka say dia speaker Oquaye ye now Daniel Konya bibutu ye no or say it is illegal. It is illegal dia can tell us say I was say by now ye che Oquaye was say by now was say che no Adutwum so agene dio. Adutwum say edu tourist to say edu hwan he say tourist beba o mai mu aba behwe educational system say na ye tena school classroom sua de na ye nyoma. Adutwum na kan na kem tell us say enuana say no.
And the Supreme Court MPs vacant seat saga. Supreme Court to give judgment Tuesday. That is Ochina. You better change Supreme Court for judgment, you know, because we also have to give judgment after Supreme Court's judgment. I can't organa ha. I can't say papa and yeshia. Bonnie a friend bonnie and yeshi. So when you say uhusoa, uni problema, I send me that one I can soon. That's how it works. Let's say. So when you say the onye bonnie dano onto bo embo Jacob. The onye bonne dano onto bo embo Samuel. They say Supreme Court for judgment in the bar. It will also determine our judgment. Nanko say and yes your judgment in bar. Supreme Court judgment in bar, yes your judgment in bar. It's here Supreme Court in They didn't come on preamble no. And I gave names, locations, year won't call for location and time amount for free amount for fee. Divorce near the edin. Until we are also waiting for Supreme Court to give their judgment. We will also give our judgment right after Supreme Court's judgment. Say Papa anya shia, bonnie a friend bonnie and she. Say Bibi of Asramon Ferris or Baton Hene so our friend saying. Also one Ferris or the Asawa better so. Into be a do dear. It looks like say I'll say in your woofing. And you see my platform, tomorrow, after a judgment from the Supreme Court, there will be Balthazar judgment. And everyone's saying, Balthazar judgment to follow. I will never say anything without facts. I will never say anything without pictures, video, facts. I would never do it. It's not in my interest to put out videos or pictures of anyone. Sometimes the actions of some people and a call it for that. So that people will be clear on this, you know. And you're personal. We are all trying to set the record straight and to fix this country. Okram emferese ebeto ohene so a wo so emferese o de asawa betare so After judgment, there's judgment. And this judgment is going to be heavy. It's going to cause a lot of mayhem. It's going to break homes. It's going to take, it might take life. It's going to end careers. Some people might not survive it. And sometimes, yes, you're nipa yetnase, edwini your baby home. I feel say, if this is going to happen, if I'm going to do this, it's going to be one of the most difficult things to do. But they say, nipa bi suban any actions na bekire omowie. I don't hate anybody, but some things have to be done, and it will be done. Let's wait and see what happens in the future. I'm human. I've also offended people. I've made mistakes along the way. But I think, say, baby, Agane do know. Some things are supposed to happen for us to know, say, no one is perfect in this country. And that we should all come to that realization and fix it. It is tough. Some of the footages and things you will see, it will cost a lot. Now, there's a Supreme Court judgment near Ende in Ghana, and some at 12 o'clock into Ende. Let's wait and see how the judgment goes. Matisse, Speaker of Parliament, about US, how? Okay. Speaker of Parliament, so to me for me too. Sometimes I'll see, so be to me for. Or to me for that. So measure say, bet my try who Speaker of Parliament, maybe Obia or America, so about so bet to me for. Because I want him to advise me. Now, into end and a judgment, but there's something we need to also look at. It is possible it is possible Mike Oquaye's ruling on vacant seat was unconstitutional. Ghana's Attorney General Ende Okache Ghana for say, Mike Oquaye ruling say, independent Isiama able to me across the carpet any MPP for a business abra oba parliament as an independent candidate, and the Attorney General of Ghana says sir ruling now Michael Oquaye ruling for 8 years a benefit MPP obumoku nipa asay economy area isika no. Attorney General Godfred me catch and the aka 27 days yago to aba say oh e unconstitutional. Once uncle for when you abutra aka 27 days ni akoto aba. Attorney General did not see anything wrong with Mike Oquaye's ruling. Aka 27 days ni akoto aba no waba be catch say oh sa ruling no de na edian emfamrem. It was unconstitutional, meaning it was illegal, meaning Mike Oquaye adia oye no na eye boni na odi Ghana na ne need da ho e na odi dwirim e ma ne boa MPP for 8 years. Godfred Dame aka 27 days me akoto aba no obeka kire say oh Afenyo wehu for 8 years Attorney General's office Ekufuado Attorney General wehu ba ye ba be court no okwa defend Afenyo Markins no okwa Chief Justice edim no oka kire say oh that ruling from this man was unconstitutional. So say from the things we've said all these years, Attorney General any Michael Oquaye we mu no omunye peni papa omunye criminals. I've told you Michael Oquaye, the little respect he had, he would die as a man who was not trustworthy. He would die as a man who never genuinely served his nation. He would die as a puppet. Michael Oquaye has offended God because honestly, you're reverend. Michael Oquaye sat in a chair as a speaker and did everything against the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, against our forefathers and against us. Michael Oquaye is a very dangerous person to Ghana. He does not deserve a burial where honorable people will visit, because will attend. This man deliberately went against God. He would die as a sinner until he comes on national television to confess his sins. He would die as a dirty sinner. Mike Oquaye. Yeah. The day he was pronouncing and telling Ghanaians to say, we should all go fuck ourselves. Siama can do what he's doing. No? This man knew it was wrong. And the Attorney General is telling us to say, yes, Michael Oquaye's decision then was unconstitutional. Into Krobia mu anka ose Michael Oquaye, okopie China, okopie Japan, kebe hangeno. Because the decision he took, amongst so many people have died. You know that, yeah. And if the Attorney General knows that Michael Oquaye took a decision which was unconstitutional, why is Michael Oquaye working in Ghana as a free man? Because then it was deliberate. These Ekufuadu lookalikes, these Atakura lookalikes, are dangerous people. How can you live with this as a former Speaker of Parliament and as a man who basically carried yourself around as a reverend? How can you live with this kind of sin? You die as a sinner, and not just a normal sinner, a filthy sinner who was used by politicians. It is terrible. This is what they do. That decision he took, it has destroyed this nation. Do you know Mike Oquaye allowing Esiama to cross carpet to be doing that illegality in Parliament for 7 years, and then the Ghana be how? Yes, because if Mike Oquaye had not done that, Anka NPP in Kwasiade omo taxes omo passing and come to me pass it. Sika omo wie nya come to me wie. But this man, you see the enam no so asuntudia ebeba no onwie. This man would die a sinner. And you see, we are not even supposed to entertain this criminal Attorney General. He knows this. He has known this for years. But you see, today, he needed a reason to tell Ghana for say, that dog, Afenyo Markins, backing and insulting the speaker every day. No, he is trying to find a way to clean those dirty people up. So why don't we throw Michael Oquaye under the bus? They had known for a long time, from day one, the day Michael Oquaye made that decision. Ekufuado, the Jubilee House, everybody knew that the man was putting together a criminality. That was criminal. This whole parliament thing, Afenyo Markins, Jimmy, it is not about the NPP. Me catch them last week. Afenyo Markins did that all your oppo, or your post be, or your post mukramai. Afenyo Markins, all that he's doing is to his benefit. He just wants to be recognized. Fitting in Kuala Brim, he has tried everything to be recognized. Also, Okasa Otietium, he wants to be known. Ojina Toilet, he wants to be known. Or Fanko Foyeria, he wants to be known. That has been his life. So when he got the opportunity to lead the NPP in Parliament, he has tried everything possible to be known. And you see, this fight he's fighting in Parliament, yes. This fight he's been fighting in Parliament, that fight, it is not in the interest of the NPP as a political party. Obviously, he knows that the NPP are stupid, and that whatever he says, majority of them will follow him. But this whole thing he's doing is just for himself, or a selfish brat, or a gbe, or a political gbe. He's a political dog, because he has limited what? He has limited that position to that point whereby people see an MP who is leading the NPP minority in Parliament as a joker and a fool who is ranting around, all because he wants somebody to refer to him. He just wants a title. So government business not going on in Yano. Afenyo Markins kwasi ampenyi where or say young friend or majority leader. It is not anything. For a week and over, Ghana, your government a break here. yenya government money nyej more parliament, you know, it is because a fool like Afenyo Markins wants to be referred to as majority leader. And no kwasi away. So you could see it is an inferiority complex thing. Now, when you listen to Afenyo Markins or Kasawa TV, so now you could see that this guy is vague, this guy is stupid, this guy is childish, and there's nothing in him that shows leadership. This guy, even in his utterances, you can see clearly that he does not have a clear-cut position. And it's an Chachuchi Katakachira Ghana for say. Now, let's look at the issues. Afenyo Markins, sorry, Chachuka same way. Chachuchi Kata said, Afenyo Markins in his writ asked for an interpretation of only Article 97G. The Supreme Court had no reason to talk about 97H in its ruling. Afenyo Markins went to the Supreme Court for one interpretation. The Supreme Court was supposed to just interpret that to Afenyo Markins and say, go back. That's all. There's not supposed to be any crazy ruling about who is doing in Parliament, who is left or who is right, and which MP is switching. The Supreme Court or Sonomami was just supposed to interpret that Article 97G. Go back to Parliament. You are masters of your own laws. Go and make the law and interpret the law there. That's it. But you see, because of politics, you know, Chachichika Tameabewu said the Chief Justice does not even know her job. And I told you from the beginning that application Afenyo Markins to be court the first day now, Onya ruling the first day, Yemnya an expert, you know, it was cooked. The Chief Justice was doing him good. And in the rush for them to try and slot something in for Afenyo Markins, you know, it came with a lot of detailing. There was an oversight. There were a lot of mistakes. And it shows how bad our court is now. How our court today take any document and judge on that document without even verifying the authenticity of the document. So our court has become like walking through a brothel or going through a gentle location. Any lady you see in pancake biano is a nice lady. Our court is not even taking time to look at facts. Our court is playing more politics than looking at facts to make judgment. So the Supreme Court now does not even consider facts again. Facts have been thrown to the dogs. Now party affiliation is the most important thing in our Supreme Court. And Chachichi Kateka said the Supreme Court was not even supposed to look at Article 97H. Its job was supposed to interpret 97G and send the guy back. The Speaker of Parliament is not a kid. He knows the standing orders of Parliament. Parliament, every single person there knows the standing orders. They know how to interpret their own standing orders to make sure they run Parliament. It is not the job or responsibility of the Supreme Court to tell Parliament how to run their business. Supreme Court can interpret a law. They cannot direct Parliament what to do. There's a difference. Interpreting a law and directing somebody. You can interpret the law. After you interpret the law, the direction is not up to you. It is up to Parliament to make its own directions. It is for the Supreme Court not to even look at these things and in less than 2-3 hours give up for Afenyo Markins what he wants. Means the Supreme Court, we need to look at it again. Ochina, we will see. You will see tomorrow, and tomorrow the decision that will come tomorrow, it will determine the future of Ghana. So when you listen to somebody like Afenyo Markins, today he is saying that I will never sit in the minority leader seat. It is not good spiritually. See how low they have brought governance. Ontina, baby, I saw ontina no adentra or say spiritually, and yet na kwasia over Parliament na opapa dia kunya biswo. I heard him making an argument that, you know something, when we went to Parliament, we saw that some people were sitting on our seats. And the question is, who in Parliament today, when going to Parliament, was assigned a seat? Nobody was assigned a seat. It's a gentleman agreement in Parliament that when people go, some sit here and some sit there. If you think that you want to sit with your group, anybody can choose a seat to sit on in Parliament. There is no rule to say this group should sit here and this group should sit there. There's no rule in Parliament. But you see, as gentlemen and as where we belong, majority of the time when we come, we sit here because sometimes you want to talk to your group, you want to discuss something with them, and you don't want the other person sitting in your midst to hear. That is why the separation is there. But there's no law binding parliamentarians to say that you sit left and they sit right. Nowhere. So for a minority leader like Afenyo Markins to be ranting and backing and insulting everybody because he wants something that we have not given to him. The question here is, are you entitled to any seat in parliament? So if you are not given the right or the left to sit, you cannot deliberate on government business. You are a fool. With Jimmy. So today you see him. Today you see him fooling around. Look, I am not the majority leader. Say it. Now, is it a job of a journalist to interpret what court rules or the ruling of a court? If the court rules on a case, and Afenyo Markins, you took the Speaker of Parliament to court, and then the court rules on the case, let's say it's in your favor, is it a job of the journalist to interpret the court ruling? It is up to the person you went to court with, and it's up to the Speaker, who at the end of the day, court and say, "Tia Speaker, if Speaker takes a decision, what decision the Speaker will take, But the final sitting of Parliament, what they saw as reporters was that Speaker declaring, say, NDC is the majority, right? So if I'm a journalist, a reporter, and I was in Parliament the final day, Speaker leaving Parliament, the last but one, as Speaker declares, say, the NDC is majority. And the last sitting of Parliament, when I went there was nothing from the Speaker's mouth. Say, the statement he made that he has not rescinded or he has not said, say, the NDC is no more majority. Me as a journalist or a reporter, is it my job to interpret what the Supreme Court has put out? What the Supreme Court has put out, it only takes effect when the person involved at the end of the day adhere to the ruling of the Supreme Court. It's the Supreme Court and make a judgment in that against Alban Bagbin. Now Alban Bagbin ain't take any step to adhere to the laws of the ruling of the Supreme Court. It is not me, the journalist. So as we speak today, why are you attacking a journalist? He is reporting what he has seen. At the end of the day, are you not the leader of Parliament, MPP Parliamentary Caucus? You are. At the end of the day, you are the leader of the NPP, the parliamentarians, their caucus in Parliament. You are the leader. So what's your problem? You just want him to say you are the majority leader. You are a twerp. Afenyo with Jimmy. These are the fools MPP parade every day. Anytime I catch them, say, this fucking fight he's fighting is not about you. The thing is all about himself. Ego. Also, no. The priority number one say on a man for you no better. Afenyo Markins the Juma no. Or no a draw or namusono. Enkofo yire. Afenyo Markins obo careless. Enkofo yire nom the judge for ni ade. That is what he does. From day one, me catch a Ghana for Afenyo Markins is not making noise because of the MPP. Afenyo Markins has his own personal idea. He has his own personal agenda. And that was say MPP no. On say and the Afenyo Markins na manankwasi afo de dinechi. O will say the party to be on MPP be dinechi. The only person who say oh defend Afenyo Markins Kede Japan. Ono so obi enu so abodam. Kede Japan is defending Afenyo Markins because Afenyo Markins Kede Japan lawyer. And it's the MPP needed to be a say or to or defend Afenyo Markins because Afenyo Markins will name answer with Jimmy. Basis in the Krampono is wrong because the Attorney General is even saying say that declaration by Michael Oquaye was unconstitutional. Into what's your basis now? That thing you are basing on to say you have a majority in Parliament. The Attorney General today is telling you that it was unconstitutional. So where is your basis? Where do you stand? Where then I would so I would pull the Jimmy's. Because I buy one guy's lawyer opinion or I say that decision Michael Oquaye took was illegal. So what is making you think say you are a majority in Parliament? It's foolish. Me, I'm catching Ghana for guys. You see, Afenyo Markins with Jimmy, Maka same way I can parliament enye dwumanya, blame him. He's a fool. Onim nyansa. Odwen say ne friendship bi on nkofo Supreme Court nti obetuma ba be gina Ghana ne we jimi no ho. Ye ne ama ho kwan. Your basis ade a wugina so de jimi ho no. The attorney general is saying it was illegal. So there na wugina so sisi ade ka say we majority no. Your own attorney general is saying it was illegal. So there na wugina so ka say we majority. You are a fool. You have no basis. And I don't even know why the Supreme Court is entertaining this fool, if not for his relationship with people in the Supreme Court beyond what we see. Anka eden nkedruha ede enkwasi asem no no enti asu ebufu ne de won ye de ko abontene a hwan na be pia abontene hwan na betuma akoso ne kunumu hwan na betuma akoso ne yirimu hwan na betuma aye bold to go out with their children and their families. When we get pissed off and become dirty ne ka se ye de bibi egu abontene a hwan na betuma ka so penyini wo Ghana. Is there any penyini wo Ghana? Mumye njan kwasi asem ne ye no Ghana no. We need to stop this nonsense. It is getting out of hand. In Ghana, Ubie TV, Ubie radio, you don't hear any intelligent person speaking. A few intelligent ones. You don't get any serious show that let the people understand that this is the situation we are in. And the 90% of journalists in Ghana, everybody wants to interview somebody. 90% of journalists in Ghana, obi a friend who journalist or Ghana be a person or TV so. Na obusa obi question. Your busa questions ni nyina asa. Question ben bio na mumusa or radio so TV so. The people want to know your opinion, your facts. That is what Ghanaians want to know. Anything that today you go on social media, you go on radio, you see their numbers is terrible because a year Ghana for are tired of Mr. Asimesi. Can you tell us this, Mr. Asimesi? Ghanaians want you, the journalist, to do your research and break things down for them. That is what they want. Lazy journalism. Everywhere you go, Obiaye interview. Bloggers in our Jimmy Jimmy come as majority of them. Those called a year traditional TV and radio, every single day. Obitiso. Obi wa be huna no panel metro. Embo 2:30 not TV3. Embo 6:30 not Asempa. Nipa baako adwene ben kwan no wa no kasa wa ha no bekasa wa the same thing. It of Asempa no wi a oni nipa bi wo TV3 na odi sa nipa na kopie Joy News. I'm like, journalists, stop this lazy journalism. The people back home are tired. They are tired of you people sitting there and wearing some Vietnam suits and asking questions. They don't fucking care. They want you to do the things. Go out there and tell them the thing. Bring them the message. They want to hear from you. That is your first duty. The first duty of a journalist is not to sit in a studio and interview. That is not journalism. That is not your first duty. Interview is part of journalism. You interviewing somebody is not your core responsibility. When you go to journalism school, your job is to go fact-finding and bring the facts to the people. It is not about you asking somebody a question. No. That is not fact-finding. Especially when you're asking politicians questions. You are not doing journalism. Because when an MPP communicator sits here, when deep beginning or two, job catcher biano and fan ho kwasiasa no beka obeka say 24-hour economy on tiasie. We tumi aka 24-hour economy but also on tiasie. Enti what is kwasiasa na beti TV so a? What do you expect to come out from that fool? Nothing. So it is up to you, the journalist. You sitting there, I also win him day. I would making kind tiasie no. Go out there, find the facts. Break it down to the person watching you. That is how you will get the people's interest back. The people are not watching you people because you people are lazy. Majority of you guys are lazy. You want the people to do your job for you. They can't do it for you. They can't. Yeah. Misinformation and disinformation is the last thing the NPP wants to use to confuse Ghanaians. Because my catcher will say the NPP as a political party, they don't respect anybody. Omu Ghana for you say Jimmy to such a mawun to me. Omu Ghana for you say Jimmy to sa bronye. So when it comes to adwene, omu say muni adwene. And internet right now, no, you can see say they have resorted to what we call misinformation and disinformation. Asie Dunketia, the chairman of the NDC, consistently ananti around the nation to tell Ghanaians say obieni wa ni nije double track system obieni ho John Mahama ni NDC for se na nkomo pass free SHS and nkomo be free SHS ni easy but because omo ye badwemba nti omo hu say omo pass free SHS nko ase nko you will do more harm than good. You get more teenage pregnancies. You get more kids becoming a public menace. You will get more distraction in your senses. Say you are trying to do some people good, and that is what we are seeing today. And internet, John Mahama and NDC focus say free SHS is in our constitution because of politics. Yes, we bet to my Baba say you be free SHS in Tiafanko we need politics power, but you need to make sure say even if it is politics, it has to be done well. Because when she be Professor Nana Oquaye, she will not sit down for a political party to implement something that she knows to say at the end of the day, no, it is going to destroy more children. On yet she will not agree, and she will never do it. As an education minister, until now, that's a John Mahama, because person we need power and free education, kagum abra and korani baby on school. She will never do it. That is why that woman insisted, say, if we want to continue what is in the constitution, education progressively at all levels, we need to build more infrastructure. You see more schools. It's because the woman and John Mahama say no. You bet me I can say we need power, but the young people you put in there in the next 10-15 years best say lives. So they said no. They are not going to sacrifice quality for quantity. Into what they did was see more e-blocks. Nian Kanche Ghana for say the constitution that stipulates say also free SHS progressive no, we are abiding by the constitution. Yeah, ba ya ne kakran kakra by kakran kakra and that form I will say is 6 schools and I'm starting e-blocks and I'm starting enrollee free SHS because no one per se akura bi be school only baby da oba bi otimi mikro ma yeldo ne ba enko na vrongu na onko high diamond 16-year-old kid na oda obi fie na obi nko ton no na Professor Nana Oquaye no mo dwene sa anyoma no. Into the sense the schools, the infrastructure should be ready before implementing this. If you want to implement it, it should be gradual. Slowly do it. And atakura many ampon kwasi ampenyi we ninko for we buy free SHS, free SHS. Now, move free SHS. Now, the other person catch you say the NDC they have been consistent. And if there's one political party in Ghana who are consistent in their message in the NDC. Also, John Mahama say he wants to build more hospitals. NDC wants to build more hospitals and make sure more teacher training, nursing trainings for any Jumaya after school. No, he has not deviated from it. And people for can you make we are saying Mahama Penes for them will pursue or say, my job, my end game is for you, the nurse who school Siciano, to take loan and get a job after school. He has not deviated. The NDC are still stuck to their position because the end game for Akorebi or nursing school is to get a good paying job. Nursing and Topano, nursing a hospital. And if you don't have the hospital, nursing no school no a waste of time. Over to the US Kenya man do school or Pia by training because only school only hospital or Oquaye Jumawum. The John Mahama said, I will create another option for these nurses. Whilst in school, they can go for loan. I will make sure I will substitute the allow for loan. Now, me say allow can see more hospitals into Osisewia, Osi Afare, Osi over 3,000 chip compounds, Osi UGMC, Osi Bank of Ghana, Osi Osudoku, Osi hospitals, Tamale, because the nurses, they need to get a place to work. And it's always stated the NDC and John Mahama, their position has been static. They have never moved because they believed in one thing. You need to be consistent and you have to stick to your decisions because the decision about why do you change it? And I can tell you, every nurse be our school to see the young will be school because opia former classmates are 90% of nurses for most school and almost seniors and because they are home. Into honest bar, the probability is also better if it is high. The kids are scared. Give them hope by building hospitals for them. And that is what John Mahama was doing. And that is what leadership is. You need to have a conviction. You need to understand the decision you are taking. You stick or stay by the decision and make sure it benefits your people. That is leadership. And one no. And John Mahama and the NDC, our position changing here when it comes to making sure they will create job opportunities for nurse trainees. So go for loan and then come out to see a clean new hospital for you to work in. That's how it's supposed to be. John Mahama will never kneel before any nursing training student and say, we need BB because me pepper one tea. No, John Mahama will tell you, you have the option for loan. The alawa will be substituted. Go and take the loan. I will build a hospital for you. And that is how it's supposed to be. But now I will say NPP phone message. And we've had this conversation in our editorial meetings for a long time. About 3-4 months ago, we had this very serious meeting, our editorial team. And we tried to play the devil's advocate. They said, okay, NPP, how are we going to tackle these elections? And we set a lot of things. And the catcher will say, we should give ourselves 1 month or 2 months and see what the NPP can come up with. Some part of my team can say, oh, NPP there, you know, they do damage. They'll come out with something. They say, after 27 days, Jandam is dead. Some of you are surprised here, about in 27 days. And I'm yes, that is how information. When you tell the people the truth, Jandam does not have space. On says still Nankophobia at Ghana about 3-4 months ago said, guys, wait. We know me and some editorial team, my members, you were like, you know something? The guys, maybe they have something under their sleeve. They have some message be they are coming up with. They have some kind of message be. Yatna aka 27 days. It is possible. Every single thing it is possible. Why? Because there's no message. Because they have nothing to go lie to the people about. Intend nam say, oh, and this for say omubecha a free SHS where John Mahama a kurasi bi a wejine bia wa catch Ghana for say double track obe make sure so obe end the double track blocks our Ghana ke ku for the weird nyina double track ni ho asiedun ketia the chairman of the NDC wananti Ghana nyina catch awofo a sebio omomba bebi omobeda ewo SHS cry din say NDC bar double track obeye free ho. And so on say NPP ni message. Anything and the Otigana say NDC omo bibia NPP di bibia ba na. Ya twen yo. Na radio folk kwa the enti omo nka bibia ni ho. Jandam is dead. Now how dey be omo ye. This is NPP. Mamembo audio wenchira we General Asiedun Ketia, General Mosquito, the chairman of the NDC. Wakasa for double track with Gina so many platforms who are Ghana in catch Ghana for said John Mahama, Professor Nano Pokwajmani NDC no. I dare for the double track. And then the idea enquire enya baby in that school. Nina say, send your between say blocks are cow when senior be sitting in an anchor in your boarding house at that. Be sitting in a complete. The only way about to make a double track. Red, gold, green, everyone say obesi schools and one no. You don't need any PhD holder because you're paying the type born in con to come and tell you country that be. It is simple. So we see more schools are akwara bi when there are more schools, obiako school at the same time, yamakwa at the same time, your entire class at the same time. Yani eco school no, there were more schools near eco school the same day, yamakwa the same day, yabafi the same day. It's ya offer to me monitor you anomba in Bermano. Onim say Kevin Corpresek Omama Kwine on the 10th of December. Ade intina Elizabeth Eko Ebri on the other who school. Ain't Ebri parent no akwara ne mama ne bawo Ebri no onim. Into adia china so who Kevin will fear. Obamu say Kevin say Presek for Omama Kwine. Ade intina Sofa Yambaye. So the parents were able to monitor Omonkwara and progress. Into we akwara. It is hard for you to say sir because that bear mechi e wona vrongo. Na makacha me ma say me wo double track me wo green no because sa ade na MPP ebe ye na ama ye nkwara ni nyina say anything na nkwara no bebre egu galamsey site. It is because I go for them to me monitor nkwara no some wo school and so many school until the only thing able to solve our problem is say a government should come in and build more schools so that akwara bia be go school the same time you be come midterms the same time you be fear the same time awofo bi anim say abena ba e wo se chiewa ba se kwabena ba e wo se eyawo ba den na kwabena ne yawo ba na abena ne chiewa ma e he na omo. That is what's supposed to be your concern. Oh ya awofo a eno na wo se ma oyem hihyew intaban bi say me pese me yi saa yem hihye ni free ho. O problem is saying MPP ni message. Now General Mosquito a Gina platform be brave so I can say double track red go green NDC ba power e-blocks on me completing ya on be make sure say sa we call green red me be ye free ho supposed to be. Now NPP for ni message nti omo akọ sa tape we e na omo edit tape no akati bi free market see ni say ase edu nketia say NDC ba omo be twa free SHS so me say MPP we omo hu Ghana fo nyina say mo jimi se chema won to me asema ase edu nketia kan eto obi asum obi ate de okan meboa na oba omia campaign no akofa tape e na omo twetwa ase edu nketia kasa no e na makeke sie ni e na omo de akoto won to me radio e na anope bia no won to me radio e bo no kuma ase me say MPP omo hu asantefo ni bi se moa me na me ka kire wo me kam ni say na me nuan asantefo ni bi e mo ya but MPP no omo hu asantefo no mu dodo ne se omo ye nwan omo aduane pa omo be ko de bia no no mate bidi ma omo no omo di me na me ka kire wo enti de omo ne say ase de nketia asem o kan ye ya o ka say double track NDC pe so omo be si more schools e yi free ono bon hwe de ende NPP for ba omia campaign akotwade akoto chema wontumi radio no so a omo te wa omo discuss adentira we na ase de nketia kan abra ase de nketia kan ye
nananom free senior high ebetwam.
This is NPP into be court wontumi radio no na we no omo bo wi omo so monfrɛ asantefo mate and the NDC for so mo betwam me say NDC for omo ngina bebia da enka so betwa free SHS ba won say maka kyerɛ mo asantefo ni bi mo no ye ka mo anim ana ye mo ya on sende omakotwa asiedi nketia tape akeka si ani say asiedi nketia se obetwam on say NPP ni hu mo asantefo no dodo nse mo agimi mo mpɛ no korɛ enti ba omia wo eye asantememu ene mo twa tape no mo de te wontumi TV anopa no mo discuss mohu ye to obi o kejetia ode ne kwase de akire oh sana MPP aya from 1996 oh from 1996 be sinne ade say an NPP aya omuni message bia the battle is the Lord for more for nana it is possible yibima omuni message bia be sinne how crucial this election is now busaba obi say the message we say it is possible eche me you dying she baby again sika semedu hwe bebia ye nyoma sem ye sika sem edu nyoma say agiegu ubusa ba omi say o message ni ten a MPP message ni ten a o say it is possible eni ten de be am ka chemi nuanoma santefo o ma ho kwan a obi be se kwasea NPP asem kwasea che on say o mu twa tape we no de ba santememu fa nto wontumi radio wontumi TV and I can tell you there were thousands of asantefo ma JD. That is what they do to you. Inti de bia no, omo de mai nikanika, omo de mai KVIP, omo ji tumi a na ma be hwe toilet na guo. Time ba be do me abeto aba na be clean the toilet no, no de de perfume kakra apetepete wo be ye ha ye hwamo. San MPP di asanteman. MPP nya tumi pe no ma na egu asantemam. Na mo gije omo na esi wo na ho bon, omo ma ho, omo nya mpuntudwuma wo ho. Eka 2 months ni abeto aba pe. Na MPP akoto tulenu omakoto eyedien perfume tunale perfume na ma be hwiegu asantememu na ye refi ebini na ye hwie dia ba bedu mfie wotwe no yesi de ehwamo na omodie nkwase asem na oboko eno na omoye ye kani se mama mubu mfu me menten asanteni me do asante me pempuntuo me pa adepa yesi de opa adepa kokotoko no ye ndi na bro ye na ye jimi ye ho ye mu bi ne ye jimi ye ho mankofo ye di abura be sinne because minim say obi hwe me oro bantama owo santase anka sewia ye adwuma anka ne papa ewu ye wo bi a Saturday ye be ne maame yie ye be ne wo fa yie ye be ye ne be yie ya re bi e bo ne ba okọ konfo no che we nyampa na so otikuma se anka farene of eyi se we adwuma anka saa de ba ne te ase wo na me kasa kyerɛw ɔkyena ɛbɛyɛ wo ubewu John Kuma kra ɔyɛ minister John Kuma ɔyɛ minister ne stronghold ɛyɛ asantime mu wenya hospital ankodem yɛyɛ moa ada yɛnum crazy ne ɛda enti MPP no for a long time no almost steady yɛne asantefoɔ ne bi akyɛ ɔmunum sɛ yɛ Jimmy. That is why they do these things. And you see, me Ghana for me maka, and I'll keep saying this. What I'm doing here, and yet ding, because I'm not lying about anything. You make my way easy, mommy. Enemy team and say, when we are having our meetings, we don't struggle to get the facts. When I sit here to speak, I don't struggle. And somebody say, Kevin, you're bold, and yes, I'm bold. It is because what I am saying, they are factual. So this job is so easy for me. It's easy for me because the priority in the say, I need to make sure say I respect their intelligence. I will not come and sit here and make them look like so much Jimmy. Me can't send me Mama Jimmy D. I need to back it with fact. I need to let them understand and say me who am so nipa. So when I sit here, I know because hey, ejuma we there anything any journalist because ejuma ne din no on kind of correct. Journalist bia obeka say ejuma we din no on kind of correct. Your occupational hazards e say dey bia to Erastus Asaredonko or call field so or kwa reporter amanfo be attacking is different. But I'm talking about this job. It should not be difficult. So when the journalist TV is no comfort. I don't know if journalist or Ghana or catch Ghana for so bibi. Me di infie say. Mato aba the journalist me Ghana ni mum. So on the pass me to petro no boy den dodo. Me compare time na aban we ni so na enye saa. Na me baba me dwen se obenye dwuma ye. Me tua eye den nursing training we wie ise otifie. Aban we ka so eye den eye ade friend napco and the omutifie. And me kuro kwan me kotara me ma me kura me ntumi nkɔ. First krampo na eye. Biti radio so me journalist muntunti aban we because yenyina ho kire no bone be na why unless you are cromfo unless radio now tis no cromfo dia yeah unless we unless radio now tis no nipa na ye dia na cromfo enti won person be ka cromfo no enti na woto ye woni bibi we the politicians are the same o ade ne de obe ne den okoka muntie o da bi. For 8 years, Ekufo ni pay came with that 8 years. NPP ministers, any appointees will be any way demonstration the pay came. Intending to Nametia Babaka Sabi. Kwasia from Gujibule House of Mukankai. Sa boys here, draw to form we JSS boys, your move see way. Kofi of Osun cancer Kwasia way, and Kay Biniku and Konya baby nim. And then Ekufo politics in tea. Sa Kwen and Nimsa war, Kofi of Osun cancer, and who see way. First note, Accra Digital Center repu mao kwasia sankwa pe MP aye. Samwa we nye demonstration so mu pe akem. Kusibu atenyere ete NY a board so or millions of dollars. O ka chem semento sebe, adentina mento sebe. Na kwasia fo e wan sika na di tu omuka eye me eye wo. So why should I sit here and say we dey sebe? The facts are the facts. Okay? So munya nkwara no a na mo kan chom say eh wodi panyina tem me panyini o. So wo say me di panyina tem me di me colleague atem. Ana bi am getting it wrong. Ana mo tena ka say eh boy we di panyina me say me panyini o. I don't see myself as a kid o. Ma wari awo mienu. Enti me di obi papa atem a ono so rise obi di matem enti me tena ka say obi e panyini che me da bi o. Mimi ye penyini o minya akwara wo intimate na be say Kevin we di penyini atem je o ye penyini ne de age no na wo bi a wo age a wagimi. You need to get this right. To munya enkofo below 18 years some can say me di penyini atem me ye penyini me ye dada intermediate na dada atem ma me di dada ba ko no so atem na dada ba ko so nya chance na no so aka masem ai enti dada betuma di dada atem ye wo hu ni dada no me so bi hu me dada so what I say do obi friend da no me so obi friend me da do obi friend uncle no me so obi friend me uncle enti munya sa nkwara na waka chom so woni bibi we di penyina ta me ye penyini o obi an chen me Begin to be Africa, let's have a straight. Now, Mama Cho Adibiwa. Team, are we good? Mama Cho another story be. Now me something about a parliament. Now, mommy and from Kakara Mincho Adibi. Oh, story way. Adutwum, when a education minister. Now, briefly, let's take care of this. Now, I'm saying, enimtia, Mamenka be binchiremo. MPP on, Omubu, Ghana for Sebuina with Jimmy. Near Tiana and Sinombe poster. Mahmoud Baumia become free SHS one some Obishia teachers, Obishia parents. And the Ghana one in here to me chain Baumia. Obian himself free SHS na say or say ye. So what the poster be 12 bontene. Na say o catch Ghana for say me be power. Be a vice president. Be deep power 8 years. Be person with Jimmy D. Na say you do nim to poster so. Now catch Ghana for our and the omunim the status of free SHS say. Be a Baumia. Be baby shiamwa. You have to make sure say. Awufo bi obeja the Juma to na oba betan so wo sa vice president obejina nim. Now man assurance no. Mahmoud Baumia the posters beto to abontene say ono obehia awofo ene a school for e free SHS. Enko wi a Baumia na nkasa ama. Kwasia na odi na chine friend na po na wadwonso no ne bema ni ho no. Ono so ama ene ekofa Adutwum se ono mom ni awofo ne mekasa. Imagine say Mahama na yes ade we. Kabetu okrum ha. Baumia wo mu Ghana for say mu ejimi. Na podo ejimi ana mbese spend time on ho. Ono de nanima to poster so say oh. One Ghana for awofo ni students be ka free SHS ho asem. Ya ka kire Ghana for awofo nyina mamanfo afo car. Baumia nya bibia wo tifie. Wanko bebia. Na pokwase pe an be mani ono ontumi ne yere kra na. Ono so tifie. Na ya poster de Baumia poster atari bebia o social media say Baumia be kasa. Ema awofo efrifie omo beduru ya. Baumia ama na po ama na kwasia na ono pe president edi no wentumi ama brane wasi ancheche nwumemu ankyere me na me sori anopa na masa akoto aba makwasia no na wo na wo be president Adutwum wakasa we president edi Adutwum odu senior ya free SHS bae country ono Ghana se ebo a efa no se ya to aba na wo ba o be di president na asem si a Adutwum who is going to hold him responsible. Entire day na okachira awofo so nyina mombra. Na why is so busy to the point say wone napo nobody showed up. Just say Baumia hu omu nyina so mojibi. Erade yabo. Baumia pa erade. So how did we get here as a nation? Imagine that John Mahama say, John Mahama, I'm coming to speak on 24-hour economy, Women's National Bank, tertiary free education first year. Na John Mahama ye poster na nkofo betena se na ye betena wa John Mahama amba Professor Nano Poku Agima amba kan ma so make no radio so Ghana ho oh Mahama na so nye si oh Mahama de oh na send this for de oh kwasiafo we man nkofo betena mo to so Baumia in show face na pokwasia we a or your former education minister with man show face because they know somewhere Jimmy they have no message okay now muntie country. Very soon, you won't see in Konkonte uniforms anymore. Ono kwasia na ye wo ne tikose o mehia nkonfo no. Omo si omo no educational reforms no. Free SHS no mo ye ni no. Ghana education no mo ye ni no. This is how they understand educational reforms. One kwasia eko anwa okobonwa bobi she ni nsem first. Akwa we obeka kire mo say we be school America. Why employ deeper 200. And you kufu adebeka che se onja nyina nguo no metena Ghana kwase afo mo nyisi ejibi odo Adutwum no odo abegina TV so ka kire o say me free kurase me na nampolma ekrobi ofa so a 4 miles ansa na cha dom de amo o me gina TV so a omo de ekurase tu de wo omo enti men ma oban konta ekurase tu de omo de amo no kwase a we de ba bia nko SS free SHS ni bi obegina ho ene obi anim ekia de maba a me free ekurase ekrobi afele kasapin eho uduro so ekrobi so to aso a me tete o ma na meduru a otwen ba tie the NPP omadwini omo say ye ka say reforming our education ni nyina ne say school uniform ube change na free colorway akọ colorway intende Adutwum ka kire Ghana for say oh school uniform na nkora na hye na friend konkonte saa yellow and brown no ono Adutwum say friend konkonte enche bi ombe yi konkonte na free ho omabre fried rice yete ha ena nkwasiafo ko ka kire kejetiafo ma ne say ekufo de ba be sikejetia US na dia maye saa ma bibi na nantase or see educational reforms no ni nyina ne say almost san uniforms enti esia no ono education minister ne ka je say mo man na mo prime minister so mo hye uniform ya fa ne konkonte enti almost san na say school no mas san ni kwasiafo we pentima mentofo we. That is how they understand reforms, changing education. Near to Chrome 2019 near to Chrome and Uncle Four we have a catcher say almost person will change university schools no and Korano almost reform education no and almost say almost be changing in Korano uniform the entire 2019 almost a year contract a comma across CB say almost the new uniform about GES outdoors new uniforms for JHS students from next academic year 2019. And then Kofu is actually the catcher say almost year reforms uniform no almost have a sano we want put that. And they do too much in a whole catcher say I educational reforms no almost best uniforms no so prime JSS for no uniform their friend konkonte almost best sano and the chest say almost sign school no enim no sibia school ni tie 2019 almost catcher say nkwara ni nyina change uniform no na reforms no enye ni 2019 yawo 2024 kwasia we sa gina wenim omu Ghana fo you see they don't have any ideas about educational. So our program here, I gave you the chair of picture na uncompleted buildings. Almost at the chair agenda 111. So a prison office no was no. When we saw almost inside picture, in fact, Jimmy. Then say no more catcher say oh agenda 111 no. Oma unveil agenda 111 nibi. Ewo enkuro so. Say a chicken cage, say a poultry farm, say a prison ward. Ya tell and go for say oh, the idea ba agenda 111 almost CBA we but they had there. Time almost started the agenda 111 chirebo. When we say agenda 111, almost tobacco inside the picture chirelda. Omunum some with Jimmy. Almost is in Kukobu. And the light abu bon, I dare say the picture was agenda 111. Omo hu some with Jimmy MPP omo Jimmy o yeah my menchiro na nse na mo ka so agenda 111 say o meka chere mu say omo say oh trede agenda 111 in Atwuma Mponua Atwuma Kwanyuman district in the Ashanti region me say mo asantefo no bidie mo Jimmy ntingofo be dada mo ache omo say o ba Ashanti region we agenda 111 ye sie wie elo ma ye enkukobuo almost in Kukobo 18 year 18 there. MVP bye. What Jimmy away? MVP don't want Jimmy. Almost so much as anti me see agenda 111. 80 agenda 111 no any. Me say almost the case almost see agenda 111. When we say almost agenda 111 bi mu the camera kuma ko twemu picture say machines esisi mu nie ha de operation agenda 111 ni ewura de jagopo egufo ado de epi ngofo ye nkwasiafo hey omo be din kwa yasemi omo start na santime mu maka kire mo obeka se omi pass and me say sa nkwasiafo we MPP sa party we omo be jimi omo bi omo start na santime mu hwe agenda 111 agenda 111 no omo so kwesi bu asantime mo wie sa nkuko buo we sa boys quarters dey ama jantra for boys quarters o okwa abijana jantra for boys quarters say anetie we gina ha gate BA BT yakọ abijana nyina enim de yakoso abijana nyina abijana for jantra for dan say ane esi no boys quarters tuom 18 na kwasiafo se omosi agenda 111 na santime mu nti ade asa yakosi street light ena ya de yetwa picture agenda 111 na abonde chire o se ke via pira intokure ho na mo toilet agenda 111 me see almost static agenda 111 when we say omakofa camera aka say TV station mimra no mu agenda 111 me no mu nko hu say agenda 111 facility we equipment egumuni omu hu say mo jimi agenda 111 almost start here pictures better on the chiremu agenda 111 my men show pictures on the chiremu time almost start agenda pictures when on the chiremu time almost start agenda 111 almost say agenda 111 pictures they win on the chiremu oh where is this almost start agenda 111 oh besides I can't find the picture where did it go I got it almost started agenda 111 picture we no chirem eh day na agenda 111 no ye see we there other jantra for joint agenda 111 almost started pictures we no chirem we almost ka say agenda 111 enie we no kan ye say no say agenda 111 tie ye we agenda 111 na there one me left here and almost say na agenda 111 time on be ka agenda 111 we no ka kire ye see agenda 111 we other jantra for joint kwasiafo but you say easy Bon, agenda 111 mama en large picture na hwa de mama nchewa de bi the same atwuma mponywama no sa atwuma kwa nwoma no picture wo de be kire so mesia mo agenda 111 enie ene na me de akire no mama en large ene ma kire dini wo so no wahu edini ni wahu atwuma nkwanwoma district hospital regional hospital o mka so mesia mo nie compare ni mienu kwasiafo we na mudi omochi ni nyina omo start na santime mu kwafo omo jimi o ewrade nyankopo ekofo yi agenda 111 no a omo ka so bese na wo left no dia omo so omosie wie na light wo mu no den na atwoma kwanwamo of say dey for agenda 111 edani we den na kodani eye garage we atwoma kwanwoma bedase who that nana kweku ananse atwoma kwanyoma we na mo be kire se mukosi abomo ye wie ya atwoma kwanyomafo jantrafo ko test na makosi abomo kwasiafo enkwasiafo asefo ene yato abama mo na ejimifo mo hu fin ena mo hu asantefo so mo de omo ejimi nti de bia na mo keka nkwasiasem na mo ko omu wie na wo se ase de na regional hospital atwomafo kwa din kwa dem timbo hospital ni wey me se MPP fo mu asantefo we kana obuofu oh MPP fo de na ye de twa he ombe treat mu se moa mu bi mama mu ni anda wa atwoma kwa woman kwan woman say woman na toso wo ho no atwoma kwan woman na say history nyina na say atwoma ho no na eye be problem ya sanka op history ka be say adin etu kwan woman na de ense na ma mi bi tu atwoma ba na oton kwan na broni bi betena ho na sebi obroni no opemu pa na ne papa ye farmer na broni no Chinese ni ye fe ne Lin Chong Hu na ne papa edua Chinese mo odua Chinese mo China enti omo nyine no na sebio omo pe eye ade ye frɛ no eye omo pe ade ye frɛ no eye kwankwan enti de ma atwoma kwan woman edini ba na me kyerɛ wo no enti broni ne betena no kyerɛ ade broni eyi a teacher trainee of China. Brody teacher trainee John Hugh Lee ne ba bada ne nua bema no Sun Lee ono ne ba ye se wonim no ji ye body na tiase John Hugh Lee ne nua baba no ne nua bema ne friend Sun Lee ne ba nua no e boy obeye okọ teacher trainee e wo China e no ba be exchange program Ghana so Lee nu ano na ote kwanwa na kwanwoma no history na mede ma no nti obetena ere no kira de on say home comfort na enkwa no kira ente because not omo R N L no e helmo omo na no ka bland blade any across the bleach any teacher Patrick teacher Patrick ni ade nti na sa Chinese no na osua English kakra into oba atwuma kwan woman de ma edini ba na mekire wo no nti na oti area ho no na maame bi te wo na maame no ton kwankwan na China na Chinese ni kan bro no na atwuma fo no mo ntiase nti de bia maame ba o se o kwan because no te kwan maame ni te ote na ote dwa na kwan na ote nti de bia no ofre maame na to kwan ni bi so kwan nti de bi na papa ne yare eye boy na ofri channel kwan nu eye Chinson Lee ni nuaba ketwa da o ye extra ni nuaba boy ne ba boy no kwan lu ona na e wa atwuma no nti na o yare kakra nti na o da dem nti wanti na sa kwan ni betwa mu nti obi en window no na atwumafo no omoman odi kro ketwa baako ni nua ketwa ya ojesi na otwam ana so ya jesi ana so wa the con woman nti na obusa ya ojesi say kwan maame no kwan woman nti ho na broni no okira de che pa be 36 years ho okeye nti ho no afei ekromofo de bode wuro e ka kire maame so oduru a nti mo nyina fe no kwan woman oduru a nti na asemo 1833 ye na satere konfo no che na omukọ de nyam bo se ntukura tuo e wo pranim satane na nam nyina ya chele nti samre 1836 ana 1836 38 1836 ana 36 1836 because before Kwan Lu by no na John Lay abako nti ho no tetio ache nti mbre bi na asantefo na ntokwa ya enom ko kan tokwa de nchira fo esu de bi omni asantefo ase Barcelona na Real Madrid 3 months something trams yen kono yemfanya history ena asantefo akwa bi no wa asante efe no kwabre sa papa no okoto okofa girl bi ewo eye de nchira ena ntokwa paye omde se de bia we ayiri we akoyiri we Europe no we anyway ena ntokwa paye enti na eye de nchira fo de busa asantefo no se yenhia wo he but na eye kwan wama no na omo wo middle ena asantefo no mo Kumasi ka se ene yenhia ewo kwan woman enti na abrofo no tumi nka de nchirafo no se ede ne kwan woman anam so kwan woman de nchira kwa enti ho na be ma edin be ye eye kwan woman enti mema ne nye eyi complicated be simple wo menko enim eye kan sere na a serious matter o ampa o tumi sora no padware hohoro woto no a share de se me kotwi so ruku aba MPP obetini bola mi edi toilet me ka bibia edibi betini boda mi na edibin na de na wo twi so ruku na okay mu yento aso now this is another country story. We want government schools to stand out in every community they are located. Or say, but papa we only serious o. Na time of your program no say I no school abrochire na ekufu the catch and say you need to come and serve. Come and serve. You people in the diaspora. It ekufu the catch also or dwene ho. Ono abrochire no school kakraka. No 200 workers. We nyankwasi aforo otwo mdro. Into adwene ho eno ka so ndi oba be serve ni man wo ja school nyina to wo ja so mpa biem 200 workers ni so mu free onko eno obetena Ghana obeden obe education minister I say omo reformation na omo ka reforming our education na innovation omo ka nyina say I say we want government schools to stand out in every community they are located. In you say omo say aban school no omo be change no eno bi no na kodi atwuma kwan womanfo no atwuma kwan womanfo problem ni nyina no kwasafo yi eno bi no de ko schools no e say omo say aban school no omo be see style bi me see say MPP show video a no ka say dan we no we see a ka say offer video du hura dan ni mu MPP asem ya oka bia oboa assembly Adutwum be catch education who Ghana be oboa. Omo will say they cannot campaign again on free SHS. 2008. And Uncle Foy can't free SHS. Omaka free SHS is Sabe 2024. At the Mabodam. Why not? And the Ghana free SHS, I found who be. From 2008, Uncle Foy can't free SHS. There were 2024, because you're free SHS. Omo at the Papa Bia or Ghana. In some of the kind, one day, one factory, one constitutes 1 million. One day, you know what I count. And what the Almasaba back out to free SHS. Omni message. 2008, your message of free SHS. Your message of free SHS. Your message of free SHS. You the Saba Bedru have BM 2024, you got 2025. MPP for the would know your free SHS. It's Ghana now, you're teaching you know. No free SHS. Wow. Obankwasi Afodi Muso. Mama Nkwasi Afodi Muso. Inti EBC 2024. EBC 2024. Ya down eka free SHS asem. Eh, na ntanka policy no. Anka uye no, anka jina na naso nanka eye policy a sebio ejina na naso anka endenke da free SHS. No, any policy you implement, when a policy becomes successful, you don't even talk about it again. The policy sells itself. But today, you get our education minister, you get the minister, you get the vice president. They are all trying to convince us to say, we need free. I say, for 8 years, from 2016, ode a free SHS buy. Ode free SHS asem. That means the policy, no, it failed. You could not accomplish the, I was saying a policy now accomplish it. Because a policy now accomplish it, and then can't discuss free SHS. Abra, a car yabo, eco trillions. No, we are not supposed to discuss free SHS. And this year discussing free SHS, Senka, you're to make creating more job opportunities for the user. Because we have more pressing issues than free SHS, and you need to get that in your head. Akwa no ko free SHS no, upon school e dan be no ko dem. Na wo fo no, what sort na wo fo no, omadwuma wa bon ho ban. Kwasia. Akwa na oba free SHS no, say oko green, red, any blue ni wi a, na obeda fia. Papa na obeda ne dan ase no, papa no we adwuma ye. Na adwuma no wa bon ho ban ana wagu no. Maame na adwuma no wa bon ho ban, obetuma ko bank akogi loan. Say nkora ne makwan be fia, obenya aduane adi. Inti se won to be solve sa adwuma na, then the free SH conversation that we're having is still, no, it means you don't have any message. Because 2024, we are not supposed to be discussing free SHS going into election 2024. No, it should not be part of our conversation. If free SHS has been implemented fully and it is doing its job, we are not supposed to be having free SHS conversation here. And I also say, Mahama, a year circle interchange. Survey that traffic from Circle to Medina, Circle to Kaneshi, Circle to Ring Road, Circle to Adentano. Do we still discuss traffic congestion at Circle? We don't, because Adena Mahama no, it served its purpose as solve a problem no. Mahama Kaswa overpass, auxiliary road, school car and do we still discuss Kaswa traffic? I'll be answering with Cape Coast. No, because the Mahama no has solved that problem no. Pokwase, do we still discuss Pokwase traffic? No, because John Dramara Pokwase traffic no interchange no, or making sure say the purpose of the interchange was to make sure say the traffic congestion no you come and udu Pokwase traffic in. That is what policies and decisions you take, that is what is supposed to do. Now as we sit here, you are still telling me about free SHS. It means you have not been able to solve it. Wait, Jimmy. Kwasia. Actually, wait, Jimmy. If you are still discussing free SHS after 8 years, then it means that the NPP could not solve the free SHS policy no man yet. Because Adibia and Nipebi Ekaya or Caso Bayano, Yendi Unkomo Bium, problem not solving in Yamu Wako in him. John Mahama Caso Bay E blocks, Obesi E blocks. Obia Jana Casa John Mahama see one E block cry. It is there, the evidence is there. It means to say, our problem no, was solved. When we are talking about UGMC to solve serious medical issues in Ghana, it is there. Are we discussing and the Akaso Obikomobua? We are can't be because we know that we have a facility that can take care of that. That is why we are here. na MPP the omo jiminti they cannot solve anything. It's a problem now. We can't watch them 2010. No, they are still discussing the problem today. So the question to the MPP is, what have you solved? Let's say, what have you solved? If the NPP today is still discussing free SHS, what have you solved? Because I will see free SHS, no, we introduce here, no, I buy a solid policy. Problem be no, who on earth can come and take it away? Nobody. The same way John Mahama. Eddie, some policies by and through our health sector, the policies he put there to make sure say some hospitals have been upgraded. Those kind of things to say yes, I'm changing in NAPE. John Mahama the buyer youth enterprise program and the NAPE one. Have we commented on NAPE? No, because it is working. Because John Mahama the idea the buyer when the NDC introduced Ghana card, making sure every single Ghanaian in your Ghana card from 2014 the same company air printing Ghana card, no, a downward Ghana air printing Ghana card. Have we talked about Ghana card? Not people not. It is being solved. If you bring an idea, not say it has not been solved, you will keep going back to that idea. And it's and the NPP is still talking about free SHS because someone to be solving yet. So NPP are solving free SHS. No one sir. Oh my yeah. Anka ombien anonka wasem. The people themselves will vote for the NPP, but because of someone yeah yeniti, onya opportunity be also free SHS no obi so betwem. Why is so betwem? Ada no betwem. Who is going to cancel free SHS? For what? Unless we say why no. Oh, Mama Jimmy. Adutwum. You can't correct them on Monte. Until I'm quite with Adam. I can be idea with me yet. Me ya because I ain't. The baby idea, we the baby, and some of us may idea. I mean, yeah, problem, yeah. Edichi Masakasa. Before I make him NPP da hoka dum so hwasem. And the NPP gina stage NDC ba dum so besaba because of someone to man solve dum so. John Mahama solve dum so jama omno said they have not been able to maintain it. And it's in there. Because I'm paying the Sanapo, NPP for Gina platform. Hey, Mamon to my NDC, do so because on him say they could not put anything on the ground to ensure the sustainability of energy. Ain't right now, no, John Mahama because they know they could not sustain it. I am Mama Margin Brown from Mamma complicated the brain. The moment I bet say Obi can the policy was some from 2008 NPP Gina do so any free SH so and Robert Hujina so. Now say NPP bar power. Say doom so na omo ba beto 2016 na John Mahama solve. Omo ka che say your excess power. Na po we na hwene say dagatifo wo ma. Dagatifo mo wo ma bi wo de bo ano so a. Na po na hwene say dagatifo wo ma. Na po we be energy minister. Say onim say doom so no omo tumi solve no to the core. We are never going to experience doom so bioma. Why would he stand on stage and say NDC is back? Because when him say a Juma no meso no, they were not able to solidly make sure say years to come no government can come to power and say do so. So the moment you hear them saying say John Mahama ba do so ba no, unim whole omo create. John Mahama solve do so no, omo ba no be disika e Canada ho. Na say entia na struggling for a pulley. Omo de IPP's got over 100 billion. Cause you're full in Ghana. Now, point when you said the guy to 4 woman and then Ghana. Cause yeah, oh, you mean answer because on water. On to the pat, Emma a ban free mumma into on say any on tiasie, on tia corasua who much da, Emma Yrinka say, it's your turn to pick the baby up. On TB da, on yes, our responsibility to be that. On sorry how much too. Emfa feeding bottle ento ne ba ano entna eye den eye akonyoma ne ba enum bottle na ne otonko onhu bi da ontiase inti na po ejimi ontiase onim saade no ye ne afosa onso ne yiri nsem ewo eye awo mpaso ema ne yiri nwe ma onbo na yiri ma nji awo ye ne eye saade no inti we know the pain awo for kom me minim pain na oba awoda ekom because me ma je me yiri awo hospital inti na po onti saade na se wajimi into Okasa by heart. On said that son about you trying about umbilical cord and farm man say o bad DNA. On one case your man is Caesars, Emanika say try about umbilical cord. Now one bumpire and son will try on ye be that on ya sa opportunity in life. One share on ye be so that opportunity, those kind of things, you know, once in a lifetime never. So one case I saw you in sim, one case I bet you wear a war and see. Now po all your own experience be dancing on what that. Onim sakura ho ehia onim baby a also hu sakura baby do se ne ko hospital on tiasie se de ba sori na adwene bia ne ba nya night bear onim se ne yetumi ko room ni akura ne kasa man sad on side na po is just vague onim awo onim empathy on ti ewiase. And to me, people like Napo, I will not even allow him to lead dogs because he does not understand life. Me mbambi oni nyina me anam gi o ma wo yeah me matu ni nyina me anam gi me yira wo hospital. I had to wear and hold my kid out. Into understand into me to pajamas me can't anything in China by force anyhow. No, I know what she went through. I understand the pain. Me tiasie I live with it. Into I know sadia na ofemu no and I was part of the process. Na po on tiasie into akorabi ehunfa no ana akora bi ko SS na akora bi o JSS na onye aduane pa dia na ponti ase na hwene se dagati for spanner we momo jimi o dear be ya we jimi for on tiase. Into me I don't consider him as a matured man. Who is a matured man? Who is a matured man? Na ponti ase onim on nim nyoma bi no on tiasie onim ade e frɛ no I am a responsible man on nim into every day no o kan say me am tuition say me say na say me te say John Mahama kan say nyame fa nche no God should forgive him for in some or can say NDC for time krimufo John Mahama ka che say nyame fa ne born nche no unim adekro because John Mahama could not find words to use go hu say we Jimmy to do. And it will be a waste of time for him to spend so much energy on Jimmy. And it's not John Mahama ka say onyankopon fa na pobo ne nche no say o say NDC for time krimufo as we sit here oko eye zongo bia the presence of NDC is higher. Yeah, there is a reason why and the oko inkrimufo mu a they are in love with the NDC. You know why? They are in love with the NDC because the NDC is a congress. Metuma cultural in Ghana, political party in tough one in Kremufo, and we are comfortable to be part of our politics. NDC. And your crown from the 31st December Women's Movement, JJ Yere started, it went through every community. It did not discriminate. 31st December Women's Movement, the free NDC mobile, it ran every community, every zongo. Every Awonafo community, every Asantefo community, women from different backgrounds came together as a unit. And no crack ekeno. And this na Pojina state ka say, "O ye zongo ni anawe nkrimoni na otoma endi say harama." Na po obon wudia we Jimmy. And it's I realize say John Mahama did not waste time because na po ntiasie John Mahama wa woma onim waso akora muda na yira woma ye na tare ne bo. E ma na koma to ne yem. Emma onim sani akora free table so tough ma e kana kuma John Mahama onim na po onim sa ade no akora we di 4 months free table every table so sure na po ntiase obetena na hwene se Jimmy asre because onim sa ade no dagati for span na po hwene se dagati for shoe na hwene se dagati for spanner na hwene se dagati for ta onim dagati for ta omo ye eye brogare onim brogare Dagati for. Madam Fubi. Hey, Kachu. Where are you? Madam Fubi, friend Kachu. I Kachu. Na Madam for small boys or boss Madam for Pano. Minimum your no younger brother friend Kujo. But Kachu the adequate jam the kai Kachu ni say Kachu. Well, Dagati for him say a dinner Kachu. Adam the Philly Kachu ni say Kachu the dino emede. Your friend Bamfalan Sagre Alasa Kachu Fuseni. Ni dino no. I would have the Kachu de Kachu. Kachi hard. Kachu na chire me send the double. Sibia omo time omo da. Kachu omam Otiba family residential na me ne ko no akyerɛ me se bia double ne ba ne ne se bia anadwo omo fa akoda I we gonna the catch no omo wo small double for how they double crab of this say okay say be brother refi ducks double no more double it's not madam for the catch you know in life you learn from small things. And I'm not saying a same way to say, fine, they were not too well to be, but what I liked about him, and they say, he liked me as a person. So we did not care about baby obia free efia obia free. As far as we left in the neighborhood, we were all friends. Kachuna chirem send a double way, the omoye, enkuko way, yeah, and I loved it. Kachu baby will be a link up. Long time catch you. Hey, catch you maybe now. Hey, takwana na gunya do bi ni ada de wamanti. Catch you. Now, I mean can asem we wan asem. Bamfalan sagre alasa kachu fuseni. Hey, edini dankasa. Bamfalan sagre alasa kachu fuseni. Ni dino no. Dagati fo. Omo odin a de chen bibia. Unu ma go buta dagati fo. Now, double dege double ne nam ye the rough double ne nam in between a rabbit and okra double right story when I'm better meka a country say very soon edutourism will be a thing in Ghana. Tourists will travel to Ghana to see what we are doing in the educational sector. Where you damn country say almost said the policy be by a friend edutourism educational tourism amount for better to coin aba Ghana be has to be a education oh say we no yeah, they are good. Would you be your matema? Obega so muade. Baby Ghana edui. Yetiama and the enkwalati biase in a school. Eduase. Kids are studying under trees. Yetiama school die e bugu nkwalaso. Mr. S, you can find me some videos. 2024. In Kofu where be the power 8 years, over in 21 E block. Over in 21 E block. Unsi E block. Unsi a basic school. Oswako Tibet. Uyo dying. Na Korano fundamentals ben onya na ultimate medu sa Tibet wo. It was so akoti Tibet ba ku school binti the whole Ghana yenjai kwasia. Into almost say almost for bibi edutourism. Into akosi broni oti US no. Wenye ska ana a normal browning no I call internet no so I call internet no I call Google Ghana education I call wow hey. Schools in Ghana wow schools in villages in Ghana wow we need to go to Ghana and see how beautiful these schools look. Now bring back and say yes for sure we need to go because what I'm seeing here is wonderful. Na abrofo ni nyina savings no makoyi na musika no mo save for year no yi ni nyina no makoto plane ticket abrofo 50 no mo nyina ahyehyehye de entade a pack bag aden we are going to Ghana edutourism aden Ghana for school you who be da in the Chinese for to be continent so wana ha susha wa masu chain send us good no but wa tani masu sha chantai na ba kono so aba na Chinese for no sika na o mo save no na o ma come account no yi 20,000 no mu nyina to tickets aden a Jesus Ghana edutourism na the Chinese for nyina so go Ghana edutourism aden a yesi school bi o mu hu bi da edutumi aboa edim nyansa edim nyansa wo mojimi And your mama scholarship in editourism. Mama Ghana for free visa no go Japan go editourism ni Korea. In to the video we go Korea. Ondo ni Korea bibia. Na ko in to go chiro mo editourism Korea. Mo Jimmy MPP for mo Jimmy. Ewrade ya go. Ya de na gasa na emfa we party we do Jimmy. O ko amaso no bofu omo ni nyansa omo Jimmy. Omo ni nyansa omo Jimmy. Enti na this is the first time I met editourism. Now editourism na say abrafo no baba Ghana because of schools na yesi na say ade na ye kire nkora no enna mpese me hu. Enti Japan for ma be hwese na yesi school no na o makọ hwese esibu Japan na agofo ye jimi fo ewrade. Ana say America for ma be hwese na ye kire ye mana ade o Ghana no ma be sua no ma be kire mo ma ade sa na. I don't get it. You need to explain it. Is it the edifice you're talking about or is the curriculum? Because as we speak, textbooks grand be. So when you make statements like these, are you talking about the edifice you built? Schools dine now be sina abrofuni will be that anything about me na abasa or mobile na. And I say is the content, the curriculum, the kind of things you see, this is what we do and allow foolish politicians to say anything and walk. Because when they sit before me and you tell me editourism, what is editourism? What is editourism? Is it the infrastructure? Is it your curricula? Is it your what is it? What is it? Obesa arafunu behwe with school dan nefe. And I said your chire with school dining. And how it is done. And then they be attractive because I want to see what you can tell a Japanese or a Korean or a Chinese a be free ho abasa obehwe with school dining. Do you want the Chinese to come and copy the way you build your schools to go and build the same thing in China? Or you want the Europeans to come and see the way you have built your schools in Ghana and take the same thing? What are you talking about? And it's about Umiaka say Messi Airport City will come and say, what is Airport City? Yeah, they go for it. Huh? And Obi Kano. Obi say editourism no schools under trees. And then this guy, Makacham so we omo Jimmy, omega say mu omo. Omo nim nyansa o. They read things and they will come and tell you, hey, this is Ghana 2024. Mama Chira Ade bi here. The person talking about editourism here. Only 17 out of 5,400 schools under trees completed since 2021. Ojina catch editourism. Abuofunu. Omunum we toffee, we tea, and kwasya samon kwa. Because MPP for who Ghana for say you Jim such a to me. This story is 2023, meaning more schools are still under trees. Only 17 out of 5,400 schools under trees completed since 2021. 5,400. Akwa we about 2024 catch us say your friend be editourism. Abrofo baba we schools with Jimmy. Me catch them. On say me di o matter oba kan so me mu ade. San kwa say we won kan America wo. No be America say we na we share education so. Now I catch America say we are going to do editourism. What is the meaning of that? What is the Mr. S, Google editourism for me. Maybe I don't know. Ebia your education do some level bia you do editourism level inti me I don't know and I let me see if I can Google it here. Maybe I mean maybe I word no maybe I mean smart editourism for unity. Man, what I'm seeing here no I'm not seeing any definition. Editourism for unity drives positive. Is this is an organizational editourism? When you try to Google editourism, what you see an organization, a friend editourism. So there's what do you mean by editourism? Okay, abstract tourism activity producing new learning experience that combining education with tourism is called editourism. Editourism objects consist of ecotourism, cultural heritage, tourism of village farm, and student exchange among educational institutions. Abuofunu. You don't even have a classroom. You don't have a classroom. You don't even have a classroom. You have all these kids studying under trees. Mami reading editourism in Sancho Bium. Editourism activity is a editourism activity producing new learning experience that combining education with tourism is called editourism. Editourism objects consist of ecotourism, cultural heritage, tourism of village or farming, and student exchange among educational institutions. Eti Japan for no, Ombeka say Ghana for no, it's so many nice facilities. Too advanced. So Chinese for because so many person be suya there Ghana on exchange program because of our facilities. America for because say no. Right now the college students, you know, they don't want to go to school in America again because the facilities they are seeing in Ghana, no, those facilities are better. They are more advanced, and that when they go there, they can do the jimmy. So basically, edutourism is exchange program. It's a combination of education and tourism. That's all. So the guy at where do you people learn these things? Where do you get these ideas from? Sometimes I wonder, sometimes I ask myself, say, can you people tell us where you get these ideas from? What makes you guys tell us these things? Is it out of disrespect? And I say, just a moment, say Jimmy Anna. What will make you? What na bro check a crack? You know, what will make you say these things? What will make you say these things? Abra, Ashanti Regina Ujineka Sasem no. As we speak today, there are so many schools under trees. Senior high schools in Pennyho, the Biancorabeda double track system. You sit here and you're talking about edutourism. Are you mad? Now, I'm sure I did. Because now there is another definition of edutourism. I mean, kind of. There's another definition of edutourism. My team almost said mankind the definition of edutourism and so enchiremo. It's better we let you people see this. Edutourism. Recreational travel undertaken solely or partially for the purpose of study, self-improvement, or intellectual stimulation. Travel to attend schools, universities, or other educational blah 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 blah. So basic exchange program. Basic. Because you see, what will make the man kofo here idea winning is simple. The moment we yes idea winning is simple. Nina say they are just a pay as you go campaign. Baby no mood no and that is the campaign of the NPP. A pay as you go campaign. Baby ojina no ohwe nipa no mujina hon mood a no amom message no call omuni plan because omu hu nyina say Jimmy. And that is why you see Baumia working with Chairman Untumi. That is why you see Adutwum, you see Kennedy mo, because you see, so what's the department was share a year MP before campaigner. You can see, say, there is no plan. Omunko baby answeranka policy be answeranko for no, because policies somebody in can now they don't know the new policies they want to tell them. Into what they are doing is pay as you go campaign. It do us anti-memoir. Now do baby a cocoa for wa. No I catch a cocoa for the say the power mawa, nyina be call university for free. A pay as you go campaign. So onamana okopie eye ebia Cape Coast and Central Region baby a no who say na ohun say eye omo ha no omo ye afarefo ana say omo kopo a o say oh me ba meto solar be the solar ba your bo kanu no ho say na be ya mo kopo a mo di solar be ko mo mfa den mo nto diesel oh a pay as you go campaign because okwa santimemu no ko hu ekuafo no o say ekuafo mba ni nyina onyi power obi abeko university for free Osakodru eye Western Region and our Central Region who say fishermen generally no say oh or the solar bi ba or ba be bo eye omo kanu so ho nti omo nto eye den diesel biom omo the solar na beko see e pay as you go odru Kumasi no oka kire eye den eye Kumasi for say oba be bi e friend den airport city we stadium who say or see be airport amamo nti mamenka bibi ntu mutiri because mo taati bibi on kan say airport city oba be airport city where ye MPP this is the MPP into what study na post na man okopie baby o se oni bibi sofu bi na mbre bi owu ye no mo kai sa sofu no aha ndis ne kun no nti tuma ye pay as you go it campaign no and it just some messages say it is possible a pay as you go campaign plan in your there's no clear cut message and I must study here. It means to say when John Mahama was also John Mahama campaign, it's in 3 stages, and I won't study here. So campaign where NDC in the history of the Republic of Ghana, it didn't see that, and I won't study here. Actually, I won't study Ghana politics. John Mahama campaign way, NDC for campaign way, when they went into opposition, they sat down to look at the mistakes they made. They sat down to really look at the NDC as a political party. And they realize say it is the people that make the NDC party exist. It is our study the NDC as a political party, they need to be from Congress, no. But at a point, they felt to say that contact or that relationship between Omone Ghana for now, and yet the core mandate of the party, they were losing it. It's almost free power. They sat down and said they were losing touch with the people. Because also NDC and PPR, the NDC is a social political party. And you nipa ni here there and here NDC. And this is why JJ Rawlings NDC. It was all about nipa ni here there. It was a social political party, a social democrat. And you say so much to me. Insure Emma di pebi numa no makuma tomu yem. So much to me ma obi electricity no makuma tomu yem. So much to me this chip compound, almost district hospital. That is what the party represents. It represents the plight of the people. In Tomu Free Power 2016, they came down and realized say they are losing touch with the people. The core mandate of the party, Ebia, along the way, they were too excited. They forgot to say their main focus should be on the development of the Ghanaian. Don't get me wrong. The NDC could have done more than what they have done for Ghana. They could have done more. So the NDC, Oman lose focus kakrebia like the NDC. Adio Mayama Ghana is and come 10 times. From power 2017, they sat down and said, you know something, we need to look at the party. We need to look at the people. It is always study the 2 campaigns and bet your trick, and it's now utie John Mahama now utie Professor Nana now utie NDC messenger. You get some hope. The NDC first went to the people to study. John Mahama campaign was in 3 phases. First, he went to the people to ask for what they want. And they started that in 2017, the People's Manifesto. They basically returned the party to the people. And until to date, the 2020 manifesto and this Troy, no political party can bring a manifesto to contest it. Omasa ayed better. Because in 2017, 18, 19, they went to the people and said, tell us what you want. That was the first time in the history of Ghana's politics. A political party and a flag bearer will come to the people and say, tell me what you want. It means see that. So that was the first phase. They came back and put it in the document and said this is the contract between party and Nemo. So they built the People's Manifesto. Now that was the first phase of John Mahama's campaign. After that, John Mahama went around again and told the people, say, right now, we have solicited your ideas. We want you people to direct us how we should go. And when I'm Kofonika say, we have given you the idea of what we want, but now we are going to tell you the specifics. And when I go 24-hour economy buy, and when I'm service center ne baye. Ɛhɔ na women's development bank ne baye. Ɛhɔ ɛna ɛdeɛn first year ɛyɛ free tertiary first year for tertiary students no ɛbaye. Ɛhɔ na ɛyɛ primary to JSS nkora wobenya sanitary pad ɛyɛ for free no ɛbaye. Ɛhɔ ɛna de ɛyɛ Ghana ɛyɛ 1 million code no. Until after that no afe ɛna mu CV mu. And this did not come from the NDC. It was a collaboration. NDC gave a listening ear to the people. We number build this their manifesto for 2024. And it's a West Stadia. John Dramani Mahama, baby Obekobia, the people know because the people rather gave Mahama the omope. So when Mahama goes there, he is not even talking about something out of the day, what he already knows. Because the people had already told him and the NDC what they want. And it's who John Mahama, the campaign are consistent. As someone wakano, you will not see John Mahama contradicting himself. Oh, MPP. Mumusa Baumia say the airport city now kind is it in his manifesto? No, a pay as you go campaign. And he know what MPP for manifesto ma Omakasa Omoba Besi airport city. Is it in there? No, a pay as you go campaign. And he found what NPP for manifesto ma say a cocoa farmers in Manina or Metro school for Sachomo. It is nowhere in their campaign. It is nowhere in their manifesto. It is pay as you go campaign. Majority and countless things they have said. It is not in their manifesto because they did not reach out to the people. MPP and Concord for one ideas. The MPP from day one at here, almost such in Ghana for. And it's not Obitimina Ghana can say, Kevin, we are sure say election, but election is basoba. The NDC and John Mahama, they have changed Ghana's politics. They have moved politics from jamborees. They have moved politics from making politics about a musician, making it about artists. They have moved politics to real issues about the people. And literally today, Baumia is struggling. I saw about them. Onim the onye, but Chairman want to be can we? Because the party has no plan. On say, even though John Mahama is not being followed by musicians, he's able to pull more people to come listen to him than Baumia. It is because the people now they have come to that realization. Say, Sir Janky, ye tunyum, ye sa, ye Jimmy Ohono, enfancio ma. And don't chase the Nyansa, and don't chase omo how no subecha, omo person omutie. Asema wakana sa we are consistent. And John Mahama and Nano Pokwajman, they have been consistent on free SH and omo ba, omo mukina. They will review it, double track omo yefuo. They have been consistent. John Mahama ni NDC fuaka. Almost a nursing trainee, they will have to take loan, they will have to build more e-blocks, more universities, more hospitals for the nurses to get a job. They have been consistent. John Mahama and NDC, they said anybody who has stolen from these people, this country, they will make sure that person faces the law. They have done it before by jailing their own. They have been consistent. Mahamudu Bawumia, these kind of things on to me can't because Bawumia is a kufuado. See. Mahamudu Bawumia is a kufuado. The MPP, they have no message. I'm doing somewhere Jimmy. Jandam is dead. And it's in there who be a TV we ninja. Kevin Taylor didn't call for way. Who be a radio we ninja. Hey, now Kevin Taylor didn't call for way. Who be a way because Jandam is dead. And the question to a better TV so Akajo Mahama wants a venue cre. Usro. Me. First panel, the Obetia is a Kevin Taylor. Or a Bema Umbra Ghana. That's a sassam call form. A one, Infantun chain. First, Pano Betty, Kevin Taylor, I also me and Kajon Mahama Sama, and there, Majima Mamso Monkamun to Minka, with the Tiamo. Jandam, we see a goo. We are the executionists. We have executed Jandam. Atro is not in our politics again. More bre ache. Now we just say diagro. More bre. You people need to go into opposition for about 30 years and reconsider your decisions. Now, more respect Ghana for. But you say, I try to teach them mind. Also, right now, you people are struggling. Boko omu radio nuswa omu nyasa monka. And then kwasi afọ no more airtime. They have no facts. Jandam is gone. Jandam ni obium. Into one hour cast matu nuswa ko wini power. Can they over to my any editi hey? Koko tia baby ese onyaye ense ko kwasi asam sa sisifia emmoa emponchini nipa e double track na kwasi wa begina say edu tourism ye ba be ma edu tourism na abrofo aba wo onkwara asan nyina asantememo video we asantememo and apia kubi na waka the tin yombo titi so the constituency no 47 MPs nkwasi asem nkwa o ka pese the party twa efuruma nti nkwasi afo amenka edu tourism ne nie enwan ne nantwie ne nipa nkwara nketwa we na ekọ double track untumi nsi basic school o kwasi abota abegina wo say edu tourism adentra wakwa kwesi school dan fia ba ku binti Ghana problems nyina solve nti ento aba maba omia na mom gi se ejimi ana Enti after 8 years ohwe sika nkofo we nya Adutwum sa school feeding we sika o menya yente na ba omia ka che se obe digitize school feeding akozi sen ba omia onim nyansa we mom jimi yente na ba omia ka che se obe digitize school feeding and the school feeding utwa mu konkwa ebehu school feeding digitization what wasem enkora ende enkora ne enwan na ekọ double track enkora so mu ba school no mu be kokoro desk so ebetwitwi toilet ansa na mo suade uru jimi botai gina TV so kase ai edu tourism adenta ye jimi nti because many are no asantifo ni bi de pa ne atro na ahimfo ni bi so na MPPD ebu asantifo kwasea yebu asantifo kwasea saa bedru hanne. This is what we are talking about. And thank you very much to the young man who did this video. You people sit in Ghana. Na mumu say Adutwum kwasiampa yi we say time no wa abrochire na so wo school no. Ohun say akora bi ni aponchi bi ko double track da. Mumu say Adutwum. Say ono na eka say no wo school abrochire e na Ekufuado e be pa ne chew so o mese time ma Ekufuado be pa ne chew no. Na sa ni studies no ne sa ne cluster of schools so e your friends say no. Sa ne substandard school bi na studies no kire no. Mumu say na aponchi ne nkwara atena school da busua de. You don't want to tackle the basics. Or say edu tourism. What is edu tourism? This is what I talk about every day. Inti MPP we onwe Jimmy.